The boom for the first funnel will not be in the upper part of the funnel, the way I just said. It was me looking at the wrong information. They show you where to place it actually, but it's lower in the on the funnel. It's at the base of the funnel, somewhere here. So I'm gonna have to place this thing over there. Something like this. Okay, let's try it. I'm gonna use the CA glue because it stabilizes better the piece, it keeps the piece in place when you don't have much adhesion, better than, especially on the vertical surfaces, better than the Tamiya cement. I have to come from above. Something like this. This would be the position, I think. Let's leave it a bit. Yeah. It keeps moving a bit. I try to raise it. But it's gonna fall. Now this would be the correct position. Maybe if I keep it longer, it will catch in that position. Because for sure this is where I want it to stay. From this angle you didn't see anything. Only now I realize. I apologize for that. It really looks like this. But in this position it would have been impossible for me to work it out. I will do the second one off camera and I will install it on the funnel while the funnel is not yet in place. It's supposed to be easier this way. These are the two lines I want to fix over there, like this, and the other one, of course. Let me try, because these are the first lines to be done end to end. Whatever we did first, it was only one end, and now it's different. I would very much like to find a position like this. Position like this, to apply the glue over there, and to stay like this for half a minute to give it a chance to dry. I think this is how I'm gonna do it. Perhaps even a bit towards you, because it was a bit. How about I leave this one free? What's gonna happen? I don't know. This one, the second one, is in the way. We are better now. I think this should be the position. The boom still moves. Well, I don't know what to do, but it still moves. Let's apply a bit of something here. I put too much. I'm okay, but still, it's too much. Should I try to glue the other one in the same time? Okay. Like this. I have a very good angle to work here. not the same can be said about your angle of watching. This is how I want it to stay, and it's straight, maybe a bit like this. I'm gonna leave it like this. I'm not gonna move it until it dries properly. And then I'm gonna cut the ends of the wires. Have to leave it like this for 15-20 minutes. The sad part, and maybe the interesting part of this episode, came at the end. Look what happened. The boom was in its place, and then I ran the two lines, these ones, and then I stretched them to be able to glue them in place. And the moment when I released the stretching, because of this boom being very elastic, the wires pull back and they lose any horizontality. They remain like this, flask and ugly. I found this very ugly. Now, the same happened here. I don't know if you can see it. I'm gonna remove some of the other wires from your field. These two here, they were in the same situation. So I had to invent this counterweight, counter tension, this wire here in the middle of the ship, coming from underneath the boom to link the boom and to keep it tensioned. I'm sorry about this one, but there is no other way I can do this tensioning. So I was looking at what I'm using. Let me zoom out. I'm using the heavy easy line. I still have the fine one, but it's so fine, it's so thin, you can barely see it. If I put them together, you can see the difference. So with these two booms I found a solution. Okay, even with this one on the second funnel, I will run a line towards the deck to keep this boom tensioned. Now these plastic booms are so elastic, you cannot do anything with them, you cannot properly rig them, at least not with this easy line. I know somebody, it's a Greek guy, he's on a different site. I think his name is Kostas Katseas, because now I was starting to think about the masts. When the mast will come in place and I will put quite a lot of rigging in there, how am I gonna support that rigging being tensioned if the masts in the plastic masts are so elastic? I don't know, we'll have to see about that. But this guy Kostas Katseas, he uses, instead of plastic masts, I know he was using syringe needles. Yes, steel syringe needles. So those were quite rigid, and they were doing the job for the rigidity and for the tension in the rigging lines. So it's a nice, well, it's an interesting situation. I will see how it goes with the mast. Maybe with a mast, I'm coming from one side, I can counter tension from the other side. I don't know what's gonna happen, but it's not very these plastic masts and plastic booms, they are not very friendly when you have to do the rigging with the easy line. Now I'm looking at the other model I have that I've done before. Remember the gunboat, the Koreans. I'm gonna try to reach out without damaging anything. I'm gonna bring that one in the field. This one also had rigging, but I don't remember having that problem, because you see these I know, these were my own masts from copper or something like this. I can look on Amazon and recover, it's not on Amazon, I didn't buy them from Amazon. I think I bought them from Hobby Link, I think so, a long time ago. So maybe they would still be in there. These masts, they are 0.5 or 0.8 millimeter diameter copper wire, and they are quite rigid and they stayed in place. But when I look at the plastic mast for the Tsesarevich, for all the 1 in 350 models, they will be very elastic. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. That's a problem. That's something I didn't expect. I didn't anticipate that. We'll see how it goes. Well, after a lot of effort, I was able to mount these lines related to the funnels. There are 8 of them here and another 8 here. I mean 4 on this side, 4 on the other side. Also, as I just explained, I installed these ones, and to compensate for the flexibility of this boom, I had to install this one as a counter tension. I tried to do the same for this boom, and it didn't work. I mean, it worked a bit, but you can see this wire is still not tensioned. I installed this one, and apparently it doesn't do the job completely. It should be more like this, but I cannot do it better than this. Not with the amount of time and patience I'm having right now. So these lines will stay the way they are for now. And this is about the funnel in step 19. So now we have the second funnel installed, and there is a tower, and now I realize that my tower, which will be here somewhere, is gonna interfere with this line I just installed to counter tension the boom. Yeah, that's very interesting. Perhaps I will try to bend the tower. It's from photo etch, and try maybe to place it somehow here and I don't know what's gonna happen next. So this business with the rigging, it's much more complicated than I imagined, and I'm pretty sure this CA glue is not fantastic for the rigging. It's very good for the photo etch, but rigging not so much, not in my experience. I think I will have to look again in older episodes from Ron Carverley in Winnipeg to see how he was doing the rigging. I think I need to immerse myself in 4 or 5 or 6 of those episodes to see exactly what materials he's using and how he's getting his rigging right, because he did get it right. That much I can tell you, but I don't remember. That's the problem. I know I've downloaded the episodes because I enjoy his series so much, but I don't remember what he did. So yeah, well, we'll continue with step 19, and we'll see what gives.